going from $1.25 to $1.50. Hot dog, $1.25 to $2. Candy bars, 80 cents. Last year be $1 this coming year, just for an example. Those particular items took most of our meeting time, and we have scheduled another meeting for February the 25th, 2010 at 4 p.m. Mr. Stone's office. And that agenda will be discussing Adult Men's Softball League, reserving softball fields for tournaments, and an ordinance, an ordinance for park closing time. Those are our committee minutes.
Any questions of the Parks Committee?
So if I heard you then, no food or drinks in the grassy area, that's settled now?
We did. We talked about a couple of different things, looked at, was there a way to get out there and without being a bigger issue, and we just felt like the way the rule stands was the best, and we're just going to stick to that.
What will that do to the hosting the conference?
Well, that will be
Nix it.
well, not necessarily. We can. That's part of the logistics and things we'll have to talk about at the time. We will. I mean, it's such a large undertaking. I don't even know if, not to speak for them at all, I don't know that if they feel confident enough to host it or not themselves as far as the big thing, because, and we will talk about, food and food, parking. I mean, there's going to be many issues. And help. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of issues to discuss if that actually comes around. The upside that the committee liked about it was the amount of swimmers and people who would be coming for possibly the overnight stay, as far as hotel rooms, restaurants.
I don't think they'll do it if you don't have food in the grass.
Well,
yeah, because they base it on their concessions more.
I know, but didn't we run into this last year where they want granola bars and their power drinks in their tents, what they have set up in the grassy areas?
Well, and so that's the other thing too. We talked about there's so many of those kids come. I mean, they're not going to have room enough to eat in the fenced-in area of the pool. They'll actually, when they're not swimming, they'll be on the outside, beyond the pool deck.
Other questions of the Parks Committee?
You picking on me?
Virgil, that comes as a recommendation. The council can take whatever action or not, whatever it wants. So in a sense, it's not done and over, but it's up to the council to act on the report or not. Anything else? Public Works, Mr. Burnside?
No report, basically in terms of previous business. I think I will try to schedule something this coming week, a meeting for us. We haven't met for a few weeks, so I'll be getting in touch with Mr. Stone and others for a scheduled meeting.
Any department head like to supplement the written report provided to council? City Administrator's report?
About 20 years ago, we had several requests from the citizenry to establish some type of drug task force within the city. And as a council and the mayor and the police chief at that time, we worked very diligently on this, getting it set up, and was very undercover and refused to talk about it. Did make mention in a council meeting on Tuesday night that this was getting ready to take place, and then on Thursday morning somehow on the front of the Citizen, lined up in front of the city hall, was all the members of the all the task force. So
double secret task force.
No matter how hard sometimes you try to keep things, David, it gets out. As far as the staff and administration present, we've been working the past 2 weeks on our amended budget, and we hope to get that back to the council and to the finance committee by the first meeting in